All right, guys, welcome back to Offside Trap Special. We are previewing the semi-finals. If you haven't caught up on the last game, Italy versus Spain, it's probably already played actually, but go check that out. Joined here by Charlie, big English man, ready for the game, mate.
Is coming home.
You're going home, maybe. How about
I'm already home. It's coming.
that? Well, we'll see about that. We'll see. We'll talk through it. See if Denmark have any chance in winning this game. Did you catch up on the England-Ukraine game? How do you think they played?
That is a very silly question.
We didn't watch the Italy game, so
Why would I watch
maybe
that?
better team. Watch the best teams play.
Very true. No,
I'm glad you
no.
agree.
Um, well, well. I mean, I'm past. Big tournament form. Italy is the better side. They've won two World Cups, and in the time that we've won, you know, none in the time since we won the last one. So, but no, of course, very happy with the 4-0 win. Um, you never know with England. Like you think they're going to win and do well, and then they slip up on a banana skin against a banana skin team. So
Yeah,
my experience of being an England fan throughout the years has been just very disappointing. Apart from 2018 World Cup, and then now the Euro 2020/2021.
yeah. Well, they've had some pretty shockers in the past. One of the worst ones being the last Euros, or was it? Yeah, the one where they got knocked out to Iceland.
Yeah, that was bad.
2016. Yeah, that was shocking, mate.
That
Um,
was,
Look, that's why I think something maybe might happen. Denmark are on a pretty good run of form. Um,
I
you
think
know, they
Denmark's a banana skin team.
what was that? Sorry.
Denmark's a bit of a banana skin team.
Yeah, they could be. Like I think they've had, with the loss of Christian Eriksen, um,
Mm.
not dead, but he is out injured.
You
But
can't
he
don't bring him up, mate. You're not allowed to bring up Christian Eriksen.
sounded like when I said loss of, he was gone,
Ah,
but he is still with us. But look, they did lose their first two group games, but then after that, like everyone's just kind of rallied behind them, and they've got some pretty impressive performances. They do have like a good little team going there, like players playing in some good teams there, like Højbjerg, um, Braithwaite, a few other ones there. I mentioned that last video.
the big
But
Barcelona.
that's it. That's it. Now, I must say, England have been playing really well. Haven't even conceded a goal yet. Um, what do you think that comes down to? Is that the manager? Is that the players? Bit of
Well, I
both.
guess like I think before the tournament, the worry for England was the defense. Like we're pretty strong everywhere, and then you know Maguire can look shaky at times, Stones can look shaky at times, Walker can look a bit shaky, but it seems the defense is coming together really well. I think Maguire and Stones played well together in the World Cup of 2018, so it's good to see them, and Walker as well was playing well. So it's been good to see them all come back together and playing well nicely as again. I think Maguire's doing that. You know, it, I like how he plays out from the back, and sort of like draws the man out, and then will offload the ball. I think that's adding another element to the team as well because if we're able to build from the back there as well once we get possession. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think the defense is just like that word chemistry again. They just got good chemistry and they just come together nicely.
Yeah, and I'm honestly very surprised because yeah, you said Maguire and Stones do have like a bit of a history of just fucking up when
Mm.
it matters. Um, but look, Stones is coming off a good season, Maguire as well. So it is kind of like a great little team that they formed here. Now, the games that they have played though, you can kind of say, is it too easy? Has it been a bit of an easy run for them? Have they been tested?
Well, I mean, Croatia, pretty decent side. we won 1-0. I think Scotland result was little bit disappointing, especially at Wembley. Czech Republic, like, they've been stronger in the past, but they're still, a fairly tough side. Obviously, Germany, that was a massive win. And
True, true.
and Germany is like a team that we do have that history with, where like everyone knows in England, like we often will lose to Germany in a big tournament.
Yeah,
Like historically don't, except obviously the World Cup in '66. We normally just do horrendously against them. So to get that win was massive, and you could see how much it meant to them. And I think getting that win just brought the team together, because especially like having a massive crowd like they did at Wembley, and then to perform like that, Grealish coming on, um, and then Kane and Sterling to get the goals, and then for it to be at Wembley as well against Germany in a big tournament in the knockout stages, like you can't really script it too much better. So I think that energy just brought the team closer together, and then you saw the result of that in the Ukraine game.
yeah, and like that Scotland game, like you could kind of sense they drew 0, and like everyone was just like thinking the worst of the team
Mm,
after that.
yeah,
But
of
they've
course.
managed to come back and yeah, really performed well here. Um, Now looking at the goal scorers here, they have struggled to score a few goals besides the Ukraine game. Like it was only Sterling with the goals and Kane, but then yeah, Maguire managed to get one and Henderson. Do you think that that's still a problem, or they've found a way to get these goals?
Well, I think, when Kane starts scoring goals, he rarely, when he gets a bit of a rhythm and starts putting them in, he normally continues. He just gets that knack going. I mean, like in the World Cup in 2018, he scored 5 or 6 then. Um, I think Sterling as well. I mean, was giving him a bit of a stick, just saying he's in the, he's getting off. I was in the last video, but I think Sterling just seems to cop a load of stick. So it's good actually to see him start getting those goals,
Yeah,
because he's obviously an amazing player, and he's one of our best players, and he's still relatively young. Like he's only 26. He's still got so many years left in him. Same with Kane actually. I always forget that he's only 27, I think. Like he's still
yeah,
got so many
same.
years playing at the highest level. So yeah, no, I think I don't know, like we've got plenty of people that can set up the goals. We've got plenty of people that can score them. I think the thing with England at the moment is the depth of the team. Like we're having selection issues where every game people are going, "Oh, why'd you leave out Sancho?" Or then, "Oh, you left out Rashford, or you left out Grealish." And like the reason, like Southgate's not doing it to just leave people out. He's doing it because he's got so many good players, and he's seeing them all there, and he's having to make the best call for that game. And I mean, it's a good problem to have, because we're not just relying on one person to to play well.
But do you think they have been the right decisions leaving Sancho out? Like you saw, he came on, he was playing the Ukraine game. He was dazzling performance. Do you think
Yeah,
he's been picking the right squad? They could have been playing better.
yeah. Well, I guess, I mean, it's all like hindsight's a beautiful thing. Like you can, at the time it felt like the right decision, and then you look back. But maybe Sancho plays earlier and then he gets injured, then he's out for the rest of the tournament. Like it's just one of those. I feel like what I heard Southgate talking in an interview afterwards, and he was saying that he's balancing it based on, you know, who's like little injuries and little niggles, and it, like, obviously some of these players have had big seasons. Um, they backed it up quite quickly as well. Like there wasn't as much of a layoff in between, and then it's been straight into this, and it's been like obviously a different sort of time. So like we were talking about before, bringing in that 5 substitutes rule, obviously I think we're gonna see more squad rotation throughout these tournaments rather than just sticking with the same side. So he's obviously just trying out different things. Like I'm sure Sancho will be starting the next game. I'd like to see Grealish, start,
Yeah,
but yeah,
look, they always have produced amazing talent there, and it nothing else is different here. They still have some great players, and yeah, I guess it is a good problem to have. Like just the selection there. It's a tough one. How do you think
Yeah.
Southgate's doing so far? I mean, you can't really complain. Do you think because he was famous for that three at the back formation with England, and playing more with that four at the back? Do you think that's the way to go still?
Um, I mean, it's obviously working at the moment. Like we've not conceded any goals, so I'd say if it's not broke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, mate. Is what I would say to that.
That's
But
it, mate.
Southgate's doing well because when he came into England, he started sort of like as a caretaker, and
Yeah.
his first sort of thing was Euro 2016, wasn't it? And that was when we got knocked out to Iceland, which was one of our most embarrassing performances. So, and you know the whole setup copped a lot of stick for that. But now
I think
he's come.
that was Roy Hodgson.
Was it Roy
Yeah,
Hodgson?
yeah. I think his first was the World Cup. Yeah,
Okay,
he did well
okay,
then.
yeah. So the whole time he's done well then. So he's yeah, but and he still gets a lot of stick from the English media and
That's
you
it.
know
That's just England.
yeah, it's a the England. I think the England manager job is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world because you can like they'll build you up one day and then the next day they'll drag you down and then he's getting built up again now and everyone's saying he's a a genius and he was a genius after the World Cup and then in between everyone's been calling for him to get sacked and so I think he's doing well given the circumstances.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now just look at the previous 6 games, England versus Denmark, and you'll be surprised to find out that Denmark have actually won 3 of the 6. England has won 2 of the 6, and there's been one draw.
Yeah,
Last game, Denmark won, mate. Uh, Again, different teams, different times. I do
yeah.
think England probably have the better team now, but even though
What's that?
that was last year.
Yeah, 2 red cards though, in it,
Yeah,
is it?
true.
Yeah,
Well, watch those fucking fouls, mate.
yeah.
Watch
Well,
the
come on.
foul. But do you think that plays anything? Again, the history goes into it, but I don't know
It's got
what the actual
zero.
history. Yeah,
It's got
exactly. Now, how do you think Denmark have been doing? We touched on Ericsson being out, the Danes rising to the occasion. Um, are there any players that have been standing out to you?
well, I think they've done well given the circumstances as well, and I think well that's the other thing, the thing with like these, Denmark, these Scandinavian teams, they're always going to be tough, and they're always going to be like big, tough teams. Um, I've always liked Casper Dolberg as a striker,
Yeah, he's
and
playing really well.
he's doing well there. Yeah, I mean Poulsen as well, 2 goals. I like him. I like him as well. Another like physical sort of striker. You got Hojberg there. I mean,
3 assists. Yeah.
I mean, it's they're like they haven't got anyone that stands out that's like a superstar, but they're just like a good solid team. Obviously, with Ericsson there, it brought a different dynamic. But I think that they're going to be tough to beat, and they're going to be tough to break down, which is what England's been trying to do. Just be relentless, break them down, and then attack. So it'll be tough to do that against this physical team. But I think England's class will just is like if you look at the team as a whole, the depth in England's team, it's just going to be too much for them. I think.
Yeah, exactly right here. And look, you have a lot of good players. You're right. Dolberg, um, Male, or I call him Mahali, has been playing really well in that wing back position. Um, a few assists there as well from Hoiberg. Um, yeah, do you think that um, England on the more physical side or Denmark challenge with that? Like you look at the stats here. Let me just go to it. The aerials won. Denmark have won like 21.8 aerials, England 16.
Mm.
That could be a factor to the physicality there. Do you think they'll play a part?
That'll be a good battle actually. I think Dolberg and Poulsen up front against Stones and Maguire. I think
Yeah.
that'll be get old Maguire's big slab head. There he was, mate. But
Look,
maybe with this one, we need Maguire not to come out from the back too much at the start and just like establish that dominance against them. Because I think if you leave those two big boys up against Stones, you might have a problem. But
That's the thing. Like, we've seen countless times in this tournament, the small teams have been beating the big giant teams, Switzerland with France, and some other ones. But Denmark could beat England. It's entirely possible. All you need is Stones to fuck up one time,
yeah,
a bit of a slip.
that's the
Dolberg.
thing as well. That was a point I wanted to make with just with England's run. Like, I mean, you could say they've not been tested. Like, okay, well, they beat Germany. You know, they've played good teams, but they haven't actually been tested within the games. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's see what happens when they go 1-0 down. You know, I mean, Denmark's been tested. They watched their best player have a heart attack on the field, and they came back from that.
Yeah.
Like that's a test that you can't. Do you know what I mean? You can't quantify that sort of test. Like that's a different
It's a
sort
mental
of,
test.
and they've gotten stronger, since that point. Really, obviously they lost to Belgium, but yeah, I mean it's going to be interesting to see. Like if England goes down one, if they go down two, how they're going to respond to it. I think they've got enough players that have been, playing in massive games and gone through adversity. They've got like a good mix of experience and youth, and even the young players are playing in big teams and big games. So I'm sure they'll be able to overcome it. But it's just going to be interesting to see that test. And you almost want them to have England, like if England's going to get to the final, you want them to have a test and overcome it because, Spain and Italy, they've had a tough road to the final.
Yeah,
So
100%.
they're sort of battle hardened in this tournament. So yeah,
Yeah, mate. So if they go a goal down, do you think they can come back from that?
yeah, definitely, definitely.
You're right. It hasn't been proven. I mean, at least I do think that the Germany game though has like that would have obviously given them some
Yeah,
mental strength as well. Um,
100%.
Also that they haven't conceded a goal, like it can't be a bad thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
just
The
touching
other
on
thing is,
yeah,
just quickly, the other thing is that they're like the semi-finals being played at Wembley. So like
could add to
it's
the
gonna,
pressure.
yeah. Or I mean, whichever way you look at it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's adding to the pressure, or it's just gonna like you know, was the Germany game played in Wembley? Played at Wembley?
No, I
Yeah, it
don't think it was.
was.
Oh, it
No, it
was.
was.
Yeah, it was. It was because
Yeah, we just
that was the
found
big
out.
thing. Because Germany always beat them at Wembley.
Yeah, yeah. Set for
Anymore.
1966.
Yeah, mate.
But yeah, no, I think it'll be a good test for them. But it's obviously the more favourable semi-final.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, we'll go into the final next video, but I mean, that could be, yeah, you're right. It couldn't be, if they don't get tested, it could be a bad thing. Just looking at the formation here, Denmark play with a three at the back. Um, and again, they have some pretty decent players Schmeichel in goal, Christensen, Kaya, Vestergaard. They're all known players. But do you think Southgate will try and match that three at the back because they do have some experience, or do you think they'll just go with that 4-3-3?
No, I think they'll go with this 4-3. I mean, Shaw's been bombing down the wings there as well, and I'm guessing that Declan Rice has just been dropping back and filling out the back as well there. So um, I think they'll just stick with this, to be honest. Like, Phillips and Rice, they've got the cover there defensively to allow Walker and Shaw to go in a bit, and then I'd just like to see Grealish maybe on for Mount, but Mount's been playing pretty well as well. So it's just tough. It's tough to make that decision.
Well, who would you start with front line?
Well, I go Kane. I'd go like what they've got. I go Kane, Sancho, Grealish, Sterling,
Okay, no Mount.
and then keep everything the same.
Fair enough. Well, Grealish has come on a few times and has made the difference, providing some assists. Um, but that's all good, mate. We'll get into predictions. Who do you think's going to win?
I'm going to go England
Oh, really?
nine
That's a surprise.
9-0. Nah,
Fuck me,
I'm going
mate.
to say England 3-1. I think we concede early, but then
Really?
I think we score, then we concede, it goes 1-1, and then we score another two, so 3-1.
That's interesting. So they'll concede their goal finally.
I'd like to see them concede just to test them, more than other than anything else.
Yeah, that's good. Look, I was hoping Denmark might get the win here, but unfortunately, I think England will win this one.
Because he doesn't want to face England in the final. That's all.
That no, I think England Italy will be a great final.
Yeah,
Don't worry about Spain. But,
yeah, I think that will. Well, that's what I'd like to see. Obviously, yeah, just I think that'd be great. It'd be great memories for us as well.
yeah.
Final.
But I think I don't know. I feel like it could go either way. It could be tied, or England could just like run away with it. I don't see Denmark winning, but I'll go with like maybe a 2-1 victory for England.
Yeah, bit of a challenge for them, and then get the job done.
That's it. And we'll just go to what the linesmen have said, the faithful old linesmen on the polls. And they, to no surprise, have picked England win, not as strong favourites as Italy, mate. 78% have gone England, with only 22% going Denmark.
We got to look at the demographics of the Offside Trap fans.
A few votes. I forgot to get the Facebook ones. There's a few more opinions on that as well. But guys, next predictions. Make sure you vote on the polls. And yeah, mate. Any finishing details here?
Any finishing comment I need to make, mate? It's coming home. It is coming home. Football's coming home. It's coming.
Surely that's more of a World Cup saying. Like the World Cup's coming home.
No. It was actually from the 96 Euros. There.
Oh, was it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, because that was in England.
I see. That's good.
Yeah. That's why it was this home.
So we're predicting an Italy-England final.
Yeah.
Let's hope that happens. Charlie, thanks for joining us. Good luck in your next fight, mate. Get that title. And linesman, thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe. And comment down below who you think will win. Catch you later.